Hey, this is Steve Haverly. I want to speak to you for a second about improving your relationship in a specific manner. Okay, so what is this discussion about? Well, when you want to make your marriage better, it's not enough to say, I just want a better marriage. Okay, people in the field of personal development and motivation will all the time be talking about setting goals. And one of the aspects of goal setting that all the experts will tell you that the best way to set a goal is to be specific in the goal that you want. Okay, to specify, and the more you can specify and narrow it down to a very, very specific thing that you want. When they ask people, what would you like to have in your professional life? And they say, well, I'd like to make more money. Well, how much more money do you want to make? How much do you want to make per month? How much do you want to make per week? And specify the time frame. How long of a period of time do you want to take for this to happen? Well, let's do the same exact thing with our marriage relationships. When you want your marriage to be better, don't just think of it in general terms. I just want a better, happier marriage. No, specify, okay? So I want my communication level. For example, I just want my communication level to become much more clear and concise so that whenever she speaks, I understand exactly what she's saying. Whenever I speak, she understands exactly what I'm saying. You have to be very, very specific. I want our intimate life to be the best it can possibly be. What are you going to do that? You have to take very specific steps. So narrow it down, and you'll find that your results will be much more focused into the exact area that you're wanting improvement. Another illustration of this is in the world of archery, shooting bow and arrow. One of the mantras that in shooting a bow is you need to aim small so that you miss small. Instead of aiming big, you'll miss big. In other words, when you pick out your target, don't just say, I want to hit the center of the target. Pick a spot right in the middle. If you're shooting at an animal or some other kind of a target like a 3D target, pick a specific exact spot that you want to hit. That way, if you miss, you don't miss very far off that mark. But if you just say in generality, I want to hit the target, well then anywhere on the target will do. And then if you miss, then you miss completely off of the entire target. So I want to hit right in the center of the red dot in the middle of the target. Then a miss might just be hitting the edge of the red dot. See, you do a lot better. So we do the same thing with our marriage. So I encourage you to specify what it is that you want. Say it out loud to yourself. Write it down. Think of it every day. As you wake up in the morning and you say, I want my marriage to be all it can be today. I want to be all for my spouse that I can be today. Pick out that specific area that you want. Start with just one spot in the marriage, one point of interest, whether it's, like I said before, intimacy or communication, or I want to be able to, to convey to my wife that I love her much, much more. How can I do that? Write down 3 different ways and focus on that list. Then once you've mastered that, you can begin to move on to something else and then focus on that very specifically. So don't be too general today. As you learn this lesson, be very, very specific. Pick one thing out that you're going to improve in your relationship and then focus on that until you've got that improvement in place in your marriage. Try it today and let's see what happens. This is Steve Haverly. Let's go make a great marriage today.